Alright, hey guys, Pax, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video. As the title states, the Mega Shine trailer has finally released. The pack will be coming to the game on March 25th, 6 p.m. PDT. And in this video, we'll be going over the trailer and as well as all the new cards that are featured, because as you can see, the main chase card for this, Shiny Mega Gengar EX. Mega Gengar EX is finally coming, a long-awaited Mega Pokemon, as well as Mega Charizard X. Yeah, just chilling right there. But Mega Gengar, yeah, you'll see him momentarily, but for now, I'm just going to play the trailer in its entirety, and then afterwards, let's go over each card one by one. So here we go. Alright, so that was the trailer, rather short, but very interesting. I feel like this is kind of like the Shining Revelry. For Series B, I believe Shining Revelry did come out much later. After A3, this is A2B, keep in mind, so yeah. Looking at it, just going over each card. So first of all, the first card that was featured was, of course, Mega Gengar EX. Looking at this guy, he's something. This guy is sticking to the theme of Gengars in this game with trainer card disruption. Or at least the other ones were supporters. This one is more so just trainer cards in general. So it can be very disruptive. The main issue is that it requires 4 energy. Granted, one of them is colorless. If they don't add any energy support for this specific Pokemon, this guy might be screwed upon release, because 4 energy. And when it comes to the Darkness archetype, most Pokemon require not that much energy. I feel like on average, around 2 energy. Mega Absol 2 energy. Hydreigon, really just 1. Granted, you just have to keep feeding each turn, but still getting huge value. And sure, Darkrai EX requires 3 energy, but keep in mind each turn you are doing a bit of chip damage, so it's worth it in the long run. But looking at this guy, 4 energy to do 120, Mega EX, you are basically forced to run Protective Poncho, because blowing this guy in your bench is going to take several turns, and your opponent can use Shempao, non-EX Greninja, just chip it down. So first impressions, it doesn't seem that good. If they don't add any supports for this guy, Mega Gengar EX might be dead on arrival. But hey, we got the shiny version, the white shiny version. Yeah, far better than, of course, the regular shiny counterpart, but pretty cool to see, I guess. And of course, we got Mega Charizard X EX. XEX. Pretty cool card. Doesn't do as much damage as the other Charizard EXs in this game. But as you can see, HP 220, stage 2. Requires 3 energy, Raging Blaze. If this Pokemon's remaining HP is 110 or less, its attack does 80 more damage. So in 2 turns, you could potentially do 280. There we go. That was a very bad still frame. But as you can see, it does 100 base damage. So yeah, 100 your first turn. Second turn, if this guy gets down 110 HP or less, doing 180, so 280 in total. Looking at this, does seem pretty promising. Yeah, I can very much see this card getting a bit of usage. Again, very high risk, high reward, but again, only requires 3 energy, and unlike Darkness type, when it comes to fire, getting energy is very easy, especially with Charmeleon if you want to evolve manually like that. But looking at it, not too bad. When it comes to all the other Charizards, because I feel like Charizard has a very high status in terms of EXs, like most of them are very good. I feel like it's very hard to tell. It really depends on the current meta, but doesn't look too bad. Next, we got a few basics as well as one stage 1. So Pineco, very straightforward. Zorua, surprise attack. You've seen variations of this attack before. Bonita, Singe. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burnt. The most notable Pokemon card here is definitely Dragonair. So Sky's Blessing, take a water and lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to this Pokemon. Now this is very good support for Dragonite. Briefly pulling up the Dragonites in the game currently, you got this guy, requires, of course, water and lightning. So this new Dragonair does add to consistency, which I very much like. And then looking, of course, into the non-EX version, yeah, same thing, requires 1 lightning. So you can just run like pure, if you want like water type. I have 2 copies of Dragonair and then just use the ability just like that. Additionally, given that we are getting this card, it could be inferred that we will get a new Dragonite, which I very much would like to see. Hopefully it is very good. Only time will tell, but yeah, huge fan of Dragonite overall. The next 2 cards we got are Empoleon, HP 130, stage 2. Emperor's Strike requires 3 energy, 1 colorless, 2 water. 80 base damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon has more remaining HP than his Pokemon, this attack does 60 more damage, so a total of 140. This card reminds me a lot of Lycanroc. If you're a recurring viewer to my channel, I've been talking about this guy like every recent video. He just keeps on coming up, but yeah, very similar. So essentially for this card, you do 50 more damage if you have less HP than your opponent's active. Same thing with Empoleon, and compared to Lycanroc, Empoleon is doing 40 more damage. So pretty nice, could definitely help you, but is a bit awkward, especially if your opponent's Pokemon does have less HP. But granted, you are doing 80 damage. The main issue is, of course, it does require 3 energy. Next card we got is Phione, HP 70, basic, Aqua Turbo, requires 1 energy, does 10 damage. Take a water energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your benched water Pokemon. I don't know why. Okay, well, is there like a story going on here? Interesting story. We got, okay, I see, it's kind of connecting. We got Trubbish for some reason, but I don't get this card, I'll be honest. I feel like personally, Manaphy you get more value with, as well as Mantike. Mantike, in my opinion, is far better because for one thing, for Mantike, you can run it with other Pokemon. Like, it doesn't have to be water Pokemon, it can be any Pokemon you want as long as it's basic. And for Mantike, and most likely for Phione as well, you're getting the most value towards the early game. Yeah, looking at this, I really don't like this card. I mean, maybe they're gonna add like a nerf to baby Pokemon, you never know. Like an Oricorio for baby Pokemon, that would be very, very interesting. But granted, baby Pokemon are already very frail. Yeah, looking at this, it doesn't seem that impressive. I feel like this is kind of like a very much a filler card, but again, we shall see. I could be 100% wrong. This could be like one of the best cards from this booster pack, but yeah, only time will tell. We got a few more cards left. So we got Slowpoke right here. Guy is swiping. Morpeko, Energizer Wheel, requires 2 Darkness Energy, does 50 damage. Move 2 Darkness Energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Pretty cool, I guess. I feel like this card will be most commonly paired with Mega Gengar EX, so that's pretty cool. Scyther, HP 70, basic. U-turn, yeah, very straightforward. U-turn, switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Callum. Now, this supporter card has high potential. So looking at this, draw a card for each Mega Evolution Pokemon EX in play, both yours and your opponent's. So max value, you can draw 8 cards in one turn. Granted, I mean, you could already do that hypothetically with Copycat, but this is more guaranteed in a sense, especially if you're using a deck that has high Mega EX quantity, the prominence. So yeah, currently I don't really see this being that much run, because usually you just want like 1 Mega Pokemon on your field, but you never know. If they make a meta where it prioritizes having a lot of Megas out, let's say they have a Mega EX that does like 50 more damage for each Mega EX in play, I can very much see them adding that, and Callum will synergize very well with that. But again, I mean, Copycat's still pretty good. Haxorus, so HP 150, stage 2. Frenzy Blade requires 3 energy, 1 fighting, 1 metal, 1 colorless. 50 damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So 110 in total. The damage is okay, but it's just the main issue is the energy. Fighting and metal. Interesting pairing. And last card, what's it gonna be? Huge reveal, we already saw this. Mega Gengar EX, yes. Yeah, but that's pretty much the trailer. Very straightforward, and overall, there's also a Mew. Pretty cool shiny Mew there. First impressions, the cards are alright, but I wouldn't be surprised if most of these cards won't be meta prominent. So I could be wrong. Again, last pack looked a bit mid when it came to the trailer, but then Shenpao EX released. That guy, upon release, people didn't like. Nowadays, very S tier, especially paired with Excalibur. Velobolt EX. Okay, looking at the cards they released, I mean, Mega Gengar EX, Chase card, he's I don't know. I mean, he could be disruptive towards the late game, yeah. But towards the late game, usually, depending on your opponent's deck, they're already set. I mean, granted, they can use Cyrus, yeah. That could hinder them, but still, depending on their Pokemon, they can just easily probably two-shot Mega Gengar EX. And also looking at him, this guy doesn't really synergize that well with non-EX Hydreigon, which is really one of the most powerful cards in the game. So yeah, that's something. I mean, I feel like the best card here is definitely probably Mega Charizard X, but you never know. Maybe they're holding off on a lot of good things, which I really don't get why they would. Like, if they add like a very broken card, I feel like they should hype it up in the trailer. But yeah, looking at this, I mean, I guess Mega Charizard X is here. You know, like, he's very popular, so that's enough. And also, again, the attack is rather decent, not too bad. But yeah, that's the video. Again, the pack will be dropping on Wednesday, March 25th, 6 p.m. Pacific Daytime. And yeah, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I am currently burning right now. It's 6:26 a.m. and it is pretty hot. For whatever reason, it definitely feels like winter. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much the video, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Peace.